Modern monarchy is a family business.
There is absolutely no training scheme whatsoever.
Just occasionally you remember with a sort of cold sweat how awful you were when you started.
With 4,000 royal engagements around the world each year, the Queen depends on her husband.
Is he new to this?
Her children.
You'll never quite know, of course, which bits of you they're recording.
And her cousins. And now her grandchildren. To share her workload.
Life and happiness, it's okay?
It's really good, yeah.
Unlike many other businesses, retirement is not an option. Being royal is a job for life. So what is it like to work for the family firm? Today, the royal family works hard to manage its image and protect itself from unwanted intrusion. It was very different half a century ago.
Back in the early 50s and so on, whenever my parents went away, they went away for quite a long time, and it wasn't so easy, the flying and so on. And so when they came back, there were great welcome ceremonies back. Very often they used to do carriage procession to the Guildhall, where there'd be a lunch, and they'd come back, and then they'd come onto the balcony. And I remember as a child often in my room, which overlooked the Mall and the Victoria Memorial, that, you know, at night you'd hear, "We want the Queen, we want the Queen." And then my parents would go out onto the balcony. So, I don't know, in those days it was much more, because there wasn't television in the same way as there is now, you know, there wasn't the same coverage, so everything was much more personal in a funny way, you know, and direct to contact.
Nowadays, a young prince's life is very different. Nothing is spontaneous. Security and media intrusion are always concerns. It's 6 a.m. and Prince William and his private secretary are en route to the homeless shelter, Sentebale, one of the 4 charities of which the prince is patron.
You happy about the programme here? Yeah, very straightforward. It's good old Roger. The other guy is Stuart Cox, so I think you met.
Yeah, I met him at
yeah,
Camberwell, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
As he has grown up, William has been kept out of the public eye as far as possible, in the hope that he might escape the hounding his mother suffered. But now, in his 20s, the second in line to the throne is taking on more. William and his brother Harry are organising a Wembley concert to mark the 10th anniversary of the death of Diana, Princess of Wales.
And in terms of the concert, how much do you think we're going to raise for the concert to Sentebale? Have we worked out anything yet?
No, I think it's probably a little bit early to say, but
William's celebrity means that he can help raise large amounts for his charities.
You can't beat 5 million in one day from the city. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
You know, about the fact that the city are giving out, they're doing this day, and
it's true.
They do raise a vast amount of money in one day.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other place that can do that. Yeah, any more acts confirmed for the concert?
No, not at the moment. No.
Going the wrong way. I'm going to follow the police for not knowing his way around London. So that's going to be embarrassing.
We got nicely there. Yeah.
No pressure at all. Just got a big TV camera in the back watching.
The honour of the force rests with you, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
William's principal advisor and mentor is his private secretary, Jamie Lowther Pinkerton, ex-Special Forces and the Irish Guards.
Had a good session with the mix on Monday.
Did you?
Yeah.
How many of them were there?
40.
40 of you?
40 of us.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Where the hell did you go? Who let you in anywhere?
We went to, I don't know, we ended up in some Irish pub in somewhere here.
That's a Irish building, I love it.
William is the monarchy's future, and his relaxed and informal style signals a cautiously new approach to the business of being royal.
Roger, what happened to tea?
Busy.
Tea for William, you know, our guest.
I don't know.
Our volunteer.
It has not been easy for the younger princes to find a role. Prince Edward had a difficult career in business as a television producer, before choosing to return to the traditional duties of royalty.
The one thing about this particular job, as far as I can recall, is that there is absolutely and precisely no training scheme whatsoever. So it's actually quite extraordinary that any of us have survived at all.
He's planning a ceremony granting a royal charter to his father's invention, the Duke of Edinburgh's award scheme.
The granting of a royal charter is a very special event. And what we want to try and do is to really mark that event in a very special way. The trustees go this way, and everybody else goes that way. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
In the end, we want the event to run as smoothly and as efficiently as possible. We've got to coordinate what everybody says, but then actually still leave time for everybody to have a reception afterwards and a chat afterwards. So we don't want to take up too much time in there. So it's trying to keep that as efficient and as possible.
The Duke of Edinburgh is 86, and Prince Edward is taking on some of his roles. One day, he will also inherit his title.
How long a fanfare are you thinking?
Well, as normal, so as short, as quick, as ditty as possible.
Really?
If you want it longer, you can have it longer.
There are two things. You either want a fanfare that's going to cover the whole procession, i.e. to give enough time to be able to get to the seats, or it is just an announcement that everybody should stand up.
Are we going to do a national anthem on the way out? It's probably what the Queen expects in the context of investitures.
Do we want two anthems, or
Well, that's what
in
we're
the
doing,
space of
one at the beginning, one at the end.
Yeah. In the space of half an hour? If you have a fanfare at the beginning and have the anthem at the end as the conclusion.
Let's do it that way then, because the fanfare certainly will suffice to attract everyone's
That'll get
attention.
everybody up,
And then
and then we can
national anthem at the end.
Well, it just doesn't make it too stiff, starchy, and formal at the beginning. The sovereign can only carry out so many things. That's where the family can increase the reach, in a way, of the sovereign and the person that, in the end, we all serve. Individually, the themes, the focuses, the interests that we all have are inevitably different because we're all different as people and we have different interests.
Centrepoint was one of Princess Diana's favourite charities, and William has taken up her commitment to the plight of the young homeless.
Does Sentebale try and look for you to help you get another job?
Stuart Cox used to be homeless and was helped by Centrepoint. He now works as a receptionist for the charity.
I would like to come back and give something back to the organisation that helped me get my life back on track. And
in terms of life and happiness, it's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Not too bad?
It's kind of same old story, different day, but no, it's really good. You know,
so. You got a house, haven't you?
I've got a one-bedroom flat in South East London.
Yeah, that's all right, is it?
Really good.
You don't get any hassle with that?
I had a bit of hassle at the start off with housing benefit continuing to pay, even though I announced to them that I'd got a job.
Yeah.
And then when they went back to the housing association to claw back their money, they actually took mine as well, which left me with a nasty lump sum of debt.
Did you tell everyone about that?
I did, but nobody was willing to try and take HB to court. Because everyone who's done that so far has lost. It's one of the big flaws in the system of that, unfortunately.
Sounds madness, right?
There is some history. His mother was patron of Centrepoint in the mid-90s. She used to visit, quite often quietly, come and talk to people. Several times she brought William and Harry. When he went to St Andrews, the standard interview that was put out, he referred to homelessness being an issue he cared about, and we noticed that. There were a large number of organisations who would, frankly, die